What's up, everyone? GamerDad Moves here. Today we're going to be going through the War-Dead Catacombs, which you're going to find after you beat General Radahn, and it's going to be in the very northern corner here. And I showed this on the map. So it's a little bit of a hike to get to, but it's all the way at the top, and this comes after you beat General Radahn. I would recommend actually coming back to this because this was a tough catacomb. So you got to be pretty high level, probably 80 plus. I was 217, and it was still tricky. It's not an easy one to go through, but this is a full walkthrough, and I hope you find this helpful because this I found to be the best way to get through these catacombs. So when you walk up here, you're going to find and see all these spirits fighting. You're just going to let them fight amongst themselves for now. There's no point in really getting involved in their fighting. They just come after you, and it's a lot of just chaos and mess. Eventually, we want to get up behind where I just panned to the camera. So in order to get through this catacomb in the most effective way, I recommend keeping to the right of the wall there, and when you get to the top, you're going to avoid the archer, which you're eventually going to get revenge on in a little bit. You're going to come down this way, and hopefully better than I did, time your roll to avoid the very powerful archer that's going to be shooting those lightning bolt arrows at you. But there's going to be a couple of spirits that are going to spawn. Just stay into one of these catty corners here, take them out one at a time, take your time on that, and as you make your way forward, you're just going to try to make it so you're not fighting more than one spirit at a time. So as they come and they spawn near you, try to take them out. Timing your rolls, they can land pretty powerful attacks, so they can be tricky. As you make your way forward, like I said, make sure that you are taking them out one at a time so they don't spawn back on you when you're trying to take on little larger spirits. You're going to move through this corridor here, and just make sure that you check every window. That's not the window we're going to jump down, but checking through everything to make sure that you get all of the items, all the resources that you can. You might as well, as you've made your way through the catacombs this far, just make sure you grab everything you came here to grab. Reap your reward, you know? So continue down this catacomb corner. There's going to be, like I said, a couple more spirits that are going to spawn. I timed my roll poorly there. As I said, I'm not the perfect gamer here. Just moving slowly. There's going to be a knight around that corner, so just make sure he is trying to ambush you. So make sure that you are aware of that one. If you're able to land heavier move sets, whether it's magic or with melee, my transient Moonlight set right there actually did do a lot of damage on these spirits here. You're going to make your way all the way through here, and if you want to avoid this area, you don't have to, unless you want to get the Grave Violets here. That's all in this back corner here. So the Grave Violets here, and then the big one here, the Grave Glovewort, level 6. So there's just a whole bunch of things that you're going to want to pick up. You don't have to, but eventually you're going to make your way through here. This is the window that you want to jump through. So you want to make sure that you head up these stairs here when you make your way through the window. And there's going to be the gargoyles that are guarding this area here. They're not going to come alive unless you get too close, so you have time to charge your attack, take them out, and isolate them one at a time. Taking out these two are going to be more important because this back area where this spirit, this large guy right here, this is where he's going to spawn and he's going to come at you. These guys, you want to make sure that you are super careful not to get caught with the Scarlet Rot jab special that they have. It's where they kind of charge up their spear, they lunge at you, and they stab you and impale you, and that one right there, that move, and they impale you and they have Scarlet Rot on you. If you're not a high enough level, that's going to be an instant death, instant kill. You want to roll back here and you're going to get the Radahn Ashes, and then you're going to make your way back out here. Like I said, now you get to get your revenge with the guy who was shooting arrows at you across the way. So now you can take him out and say thank you very much for being here today. Make sure you pick up, again, all the items as you go along. There are a couple Grave Violets, Grave Gloveworts that you're going to pick up along the way. That's the lever that's going to open the boss door. So this is what you've made your way all the way up. So once you hit this lever, that's going to open the door, which is straight down that way. But before you do, you want to make sure you get all the other items. Now, if you have no desire to get all the other items, there's a couple things down in the level below, which is filled with Scarlet Rot. So just make sure that you have enough of those what are they called? I think they're the preserving bolsias, whatever it is, the poison cure to heal yourself before you go down there, because it is a big puddle of scarlet rot down there. Now, I found it best to try and avoid, yet again, the souls fighting in the middle. Sticking to the edge of this Scarlet Rot area, you're still able to get all of the items, including the treasure chest here. So when you do that, hopefully they ignore you.
Get you baited.
Yet sometimes you can't be ignored. So yeah, my buddy here was following me around this entire time. Super annoying. So that jab, like I said, is something that you want to try to avoid. You're going to get that Scarlet Rot. I had to, try to get rid of that using the item that I told you to equip yourself with. So go back down, and there's only 2 more items. So I thought I was safe here. There's the guy who's taking out the knight. He was busy. He was occupied. I'm going to get my item.
Get you baited.
And yet again, he's going to come from behind. So these guys are super quick. They're super annoying. If you're down here just for the items, I'm never one to, I'm not above rolling and running away from any sort of fight that's not going to be helpful for me. So that's all the items that are down here. So I got myself out of there as quickly as possible. Put some heal potion on. I'm going to open up my inventory again and heal my Scarlet Rot and make my way to the boss. I had no desire to continue fighting down there. That is a annoying and difficult area. So after you get through that area, you make sure that you get the rest of the items that you had. You can make your way to the boss door, or you can go back and you can, heal, go to the site of grace, which I should have done first, but figured I would attack this area to see how difficult it actually was. And it turns out this boss is no joke. So like I said, this is something that if you are not a high enough level is going to be a very difficult boss. This Putrid Tree Spirit here was a little bit crafty. He was strong, he was quick. Definitely one move you want to avoid is when he comes and lunges at you with his mouth. So you want to make sure you're aware of his little tail wag that he's going to do there. He's going to wrap himself around. He's going to circle you. He's going to swing his arms. You've got to try to time your rolls just right so you avoid some of the power attacks. The one move you really want to avoid, you stay far enough away from the fire spitting, from all of that, is going to be the one where he tries to swallow you with his mouth. This first time through, I did not avoid that, and it was something that you're not going to be able to survive. Most of the time, if you get stuck into this attack, you're going to, find yourself starting over at the site of grace. So, want to leave that in there. Again, not the best player in the world of this game. You're going to die, and you're going to have to make your way back through this area. So I wanted to leave this in because if you do find yourself restarting, just avoid everyone. Run through. They're going to completely ignore you the entire time there. So once you have full health and you have your potions back, I do recommend a Mimic Tear for this guy. There was moments where he was completely distracted by the Mimic Tear. You were able to get some good hits in. This guy's pretty strong though, so you're not going to be able to stay close to him for very long periods of time. So you want to make sure that you get your hits in, get your charged attacks in. For me, it was the Transient Moonlight. It was my strongest one. The Karen Piercer, because right now the sorcery and my wand is, or my staff is at a pretty high level. But you don't want to stay close, and I got stuck here for a little bit, close to him for too long. I am overdoing it a little bit, but like I said, I'm at a level right now where I'm able to take some of these hits. I'm at 217 right now. You want to really try to keep your distance, time your heavy hits when you are able to. But as you can see, he was pretty distracted by the Mimic Tear, and I was able to really finish him off in the corner here when he was distracted by breathing fire at the Mimic Tear over there. And you're going to get your Redmond Knight Ash there, your Golden Seed, and that's going to be it. So hopefully you found this helpful. Till next time, cheers.